Hello everybody and welcome back to the Vertical Slices YouTube channel, where you can find us also at theverticalslice.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Witness. First, let me take these off so there isn't any glare. I can still see, but no glare for you. So I reviewed The Witness. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. I haven't seen any, but I just published it 3 minutes ago. I gave The Witness a D+. And now you're wondering, okay, why did you give it a D+? Well, if you don't want to read my review, and I gather that's why you are watching this video, I just think that it has old school sensibilities, right? It it reminds me of games. I see it being compared to Myst and these awesome exploration games. But the problem is, Myst is a game from 1990. The year we're in right now is 2016, and I would have liked the puzzles to be challenging, but not, oh my god, this is so hard. I have to write. I've seen people writing it on graph paper. I'm doing Photoshop templates, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that to myself. I even looked up a guide once, and I just think that one, there's a better way to do it. Wolfenstein: The New Order and its prequel DLC, that was also a standalone expansion, I guess. The Old Blood um, did this very well because you could explore the world however you wanted. You could just be like, "Oh, what's that crate over there? Let me go find that." You know, uh, and then you'd also be like, "Oh, well, now I know where to go because it's telling me where to go." Not in a here's a arrow pointing the way you need to go. Um, Here's just some visual clues as to why you need to go that way, as well as auditory clues. Um, I don't think The Witness would have would have not benefited from that, like something like, hey, I need to go this way, or something pulling you towards a certain location, because you end up doing things out of order. And I didn't mention this in my review, but um, it was kind of blatant in my review. Doesn't really come across in a video. Um, but there's nothing really pulling you to any certain area, and you end up doing things out of order, and you're just like, oh, how do I do that? And people think that this is part of the discovery element of the whole game, but I think it's rather a just contrived way to get to, to it's just bullshit, and they don't want to tell you how to do the do anything in the game, so they're just like, okay, here, go at it. And it really doesn't benefit anyone from doing that. If you throw somebody out there, they're not going to know how to swim, you know? Um, I just, whew, man, this game. I just think that these very notions, the fact that you're not really pulled to one area and you're left frustrated, instead of actually having joy out of having triumph over your challenges, you're just saying to yourself, well, alright, I got this puzzle, now let's get on to the next one. And there's 650 puzzles in this game, so you're just like, you're constantly thinking. At least I was thinking during playing this game. I was just like, alright, let's get to the next one, get our ass beat again, and then turn it off for an hour again. I just want to love this game, but it constantly gets in my way. And there are games that do that, but not in the way that this does. Um, this is just apprehensive of game design 101, I think. Um, it doesn't tell you what you need to do or how to do it. And I think the game would have benefited from that, because even games like Myst, you kind of get a sense of, oh, hey, this is how I'm supposed to do it, because the game's teaching me in its own way. Because the Myst, you had a very set path you were going down. You weren't just wandering around an island and saying, alright, here's these jumbled things out of order that I have no idea how to do. You knew how to do them. When the witness, you're just like, okay, well, let's look over there. Okay, let's do that. And you're like 30 minutes later, alright, how do I do it? And then you ended up wandering 30 minutes more just trying to find a puzzle you could solve. And you end up finding out things that you shouldn't. And I think that's not the best way to go about it, because at one point you're in this hospital looking place, or this very industrial looking place rather, and you're just like, wait, what? So you keep going back and you're like, wait, I don't understand. And I think that's not the greatest thing in the world to experience when the game's trying to tell you a story. It's trying to do it through audio logs, but it's trying at least. So the game just gets in my way. I just think this game is worth $5, and I know that seems a bit harsh. However, you've got to play the. I think you really have to play the game to understand just how much it gets in your way. I mean, this is a very basic game. I mean, I, I I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is just walk around, solve a puzzle that you can't solve for 30 minutes. Or at least if you have mind intelligence, you can't solve it for 30 minutes. But by all means, anyone who wants to play this game and thinks, and then come back to me and say, "Oh, this is better than sliced bread," I know you wouldn't say that, but the person watching, but you might say, "Hey, I really thought you were wrong about this part. I actually enjoyed it, and you may enjoy it, but this is my personal opinion of the game. This is okay. I couldn't solve this puzzle for an hour, and that's a problem." Um, Now I'm good at puzzle games, but I'm just not good at this game. I just quickly, when you're sitting 30 minutes on puzzles, and I've only done 30 puzzles. I'll be honest, I didn't get far in the game. According to my calculations, I was only 5% into the game at the very most. But I was just bored and overall disenfranchised. I just didn't want to play the game anymore, and I didn't want to force myself to, because, oh, you got to complete the game. Well, no, I don't subscribe to that notion if there's not a story. So with that, The Witness is still a D plus. But anyways, what did you think of The Witness? Did you play on PS4 or PC? Comment down below. And if you liked my opinion, like some people, I don't know, like it. If you dislike my opinion, dislike it, because this is all my opinion. And then subscribe if you want to see more of these style of reviews. But until the next review, this is Austin for the Vertical Slice, signing off.